Hello there, my name is Star, and in today's videos, I'll be talking about the new leaks for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Let's get this party started. So yeah, I was I was watching on Pokemon.com the new leaks of the new Pokemon that they just leaked. So yeah, the first the first Pokemon I'm gonna talk about is called Silvally. Silvally is known as the synthetic Pokemon. It is normal type. Its height is 7'7" and it weighs 221 pounds. Its ability, RKS system, is basically an evolution of Type Null. For those who don't know, Type Null was basically a creation made by man to try to recreate Arceus. And the description says, when Type Null gains a partner it can trust, it deliberately destroys the restraining device it wears. Once released from the heavy mask, the Pokemon's speed increased substantially. Freed from the restraining effect of his mask, Silvally senses are heightened, and it reverts to its natural temperament. It has a wild nature, but it will obey a trainer that it trusts, and to protect that trainer from danger, it will put its own life on the line. Silvally is said to have created to oppose a threat. By inserting exclusive items into the drives on Silvally's head, the Arceus system can be activated, causing Silvally's somatic cells to mutate and glow. The Arceus system enables it to change its types, and its cells glow with different colors of light, depending on its type. Silvally's ability is called Arceus System ability, which no previous Pokemon has ever had. By having Silvally hold items that correspond to each Pokemon type, it can change its own type. Multi-attack is a move that only Silvally can learn, and this move type change based on the type related item Silvally is holding. Uh, as for Silvally, he looks pretty badass. Um, he's he's basically this one right here, which is the mute the mutation looking Pokemon with the bug feet, the aqua tail, and the wings on his head, and the dragon skills. Um, I like him so much. He's like awesome. Um, he could be multiple types, like basically like Arceus. If you put a dragon plate on him, he'll become dragon. If you put a toxic plate, he'll most likely become a poison type. That's what I like him. He's kind of like a family member of Arceus, you know. So he's basically very similar to Arceus. He may be even related to Arceus within the Pokemon universe. Let's talk about the next Pokemon, which is called Steenie, which is the one next to Silvally. Steenie, it's a fruit Pokemon. Its type is grass. Its height is 2 feet 4 inches. Its weight 18 pounds. And its ability is Leaf Guard and Oblivious. For the description of Steenie, it says, the calyx on Steenie's head is harder than Bounsweet's. So Steenie no longer worries about being stabbed by other Pokemon as Bounsweet. This Pokemon have preferred to run away from others, but now Steenie and other Pokemon can play together. Upon evolving, this Pokemon's fragrance becomes even more delectable, but it also gains a tomboy-like personality. Living together with one is quite the ordeal. As it moves around, it spins on its calyx, striking nearby objects. But Steenie couldn't care less. Steenie unleashes combo move using the calyx on his head and its hard legs. First, it smacks the opponent with his calyx on his head, and when the opponent flinches, it lands a whacking great kick that usually does the trick. So yeah, it's the evolution of Bounsweet, which is a fruit Pokemon. As for the design, it looks very cutesy. It's one of those cutesy Pokemon. Uh, I I like cute Pokemon. I guess it's kind of cute. It's like happy-go-lucky. Yeah, I can't wait for the new Pokemon to come out. It'll be awesome. As for Steenie, yeah, the design is very good. It looks like a little girl with little pigtails, and it looks like one of them little anime girl thingies. As for her evolution, the evolution is called Serena, which is next to Steenie. Serena, it is also a fruit Pokemon. Its type is also grass, and its height is 3 feet 11. Its weight is 47.2 pounds. Its ability is Leaf Guard and Queenly Majesty. As for the description of Serena, Serena has the nature of a high class nobility. Any any Pokemon or human that approaches it with evil in mind will be punished forthwith. It even turns into fearsome glare upon its own trainer if the two of them are not fully in sync, or if its trainer orders it to use a move that will be ineffective. Only the strongest of Steenie are able to evolve. When this happens, the Steenie evolves with the blessing of another Steenie. It then uses its strength to protect the Bounsweet. Serena is a high-kicking virtuoso. He has honed these skills beyond the level it achieved as a Steenie, and it attacks with graceful movements. At the same time, its fragrance mesmerizes its opponent, dealing them a secondary attack. Drop Kick is a move that only Serena can learn. It lowers an opponent's attack by showering it with blazing hot kicks in style similar to that originating from the tropical countries. It's said that this Pokemon loses its strength if touched on the crown like protuberance on its head. Some Serena have the Queenly Majesty ability, which no other Pokemon has previously had. The effects of Queenly Majesty are so intimidating that it prevents opponents from using priority moves. As for the next the next Pokemon on the list, it's a Alolan Grimer, which I think is awesome. Not only is there a regular Grimer, there's a Alolan Grimer. It's it's simply awesome. As for the details of the Alolan Grimer, is its category, it's it's basically still the same sludge Pokemon. Its poison, its type changes from regular poison to poison dark. Its height is 2 feet 4 inches. Its weight is 92.6 pounds. Its ability is Poison Touch and Gluttony. As for the description of the Alolan Grimer, when the population of the Alola region increased, dealing with their garbage became a serious problem. As a solution, Grimer was imported from other regions. They fed primarily on garbage, so their body composition changed, as did their form. What appeared to be teeth in the Pokemon's mouth are in fact residual toxins from the garbage it eats, which have hardened and crystallized. No method has been discovered to break down these crystals. Direct contact with them presents a danger. Alolan Grimer is always eating garbage, but its constant hunger will cause it to begin other manufactured objects. If it runs out of garbage to feed on, there are more than 100 Alolan Grimers in Alola's garbage processing plant, and all of the garbage produced in the Alola region is taken for use as their food. The next Pokemon on the list, it's the evolution of Cutiefly, which is named Ribombee. As for the details of Ribombee, it's a bee fly Pokemon. Its type is Bug Fairy. Its height is 8 inches, which is tiny, like maybe like this or something. It looks so cute. Its weight is 1.1 pounds, and its ability is Honey Gather and Shield Dust, which is typical for the Bug Fairy type. As for the details of Ribombee, Ribombee collect flower and nectar and pollen to make into balls known as pollen puffs. These serve as food, and what's more, they also can can cause effects like paralysis or dizziness. Ribombee may use puffs to strike their opponents during battle. Some of the pollen puffs that Ribombee makes also has relaxing effect or can relieve tiredness. These are distributed around the Alola region as a high-priced supplement. Ribombee hate getting rained on. They they're covered with fluff hairs that hold the pollen they've gathered, and the rain makes them wet and dirty. Alolan people know that if Ribombee are busily visiting the fields of flower, you can be sure that the fair weather will continue. A- As for the next Pokemon, it's the evolution of this dragon. Give me a second. Sorry, getting the information for these two Pokemon. I believe the name of these two is Hako, Hakomo and Komo-o, which is it sounds Japanese kind of. As for their typing, um, they're both dragon fighting both of them. And they look very scaly. Give me a second, sorry, to get the information for these two Pokemon. Sorry, trying to get the information for these two Pokemon. So how's everybody doing this week? Is everybody doing okay? Hopefully me and my bros are gonna hang out tomorrow. It's NLRM and Craziest Studios. We're gonna be hanging out tomorrow in Hoboken. And pretty soon next Wednesday I'll be doing another creepy pasta, but it'll be most likely a movie. Um, the only details I'll give about the movie it's called The Seven Shadows. It's supposed to be a scary movie, for the month of Halloween. So yeah, I'll be posting that within next week. Is everybody doing anything for Halloween? I'll be doing most likely creepy pastas, and then after that, for the month of November, I'll be doing regular Pokemon videos, you know. So yeah, um, yeah. Sorry for the time loading. It's pretty laggy, so sorry about that. Um, as for me, I'm doing great. You know, for those who don't know, I work in UPS. Um, so yeah. Um, okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, so this next Pokemon, which is this Dragon type, his name is Hakamo, which is the scaly Pokemon. Its type is Dragon Fighting. Its height is 3 foot 11 and its weight is 103 pounds. Its ability are bulletproof and soundproof. It's it's basically the evolution of Jangmo, which is the little dragon Pokemon. If you see it in the Pokemon website, the link will be in the description. As for the details of Hakamo, when a Jangmo evolves into Hakamo, it breaks from its fellows and begins to live on its own to train itself. Whenever it can find Pokemon to battle against, it seems to appear. Hakamo dances before battle to show its strength, clanging its scales together to make them ring. When this dance reaches its climax, Hakamo bellows a fierce war cry to challenge its opponents. Its scales make for fine armor, so Hakamo doesn't worry about self-defense, as it makes multitudes of strikes and overwhelm its opponent, but as a result, its scales often become damaged and get torn off. And they grow back immediately, so this does not cause Hakamo undue concern. In fact, it views the number of lost scales as proof of how ferociously it has fought, and it brandishes its barred arms in a boast of victory. As for the evolution of Hakamo, the evolution is right next to this one. His name is Komo-o. It, it's also the scaly Pokemon, and its typing is Dragon Fighting, which I think is pretty cool. That they finally made a dragon fighting, a dragon that could actually punch and kick and use fighting type moves apart from dragon. So I think that's pretty cool. As for his height is 5 foot 3 inches and his weight is 172 pounds. Its ability is the same as Hakamo. It's bulletproof and soundproof. And as for the description on Komo, at the end of its harsh training, Hakamo evolves into this overwhelming, powerful form. It returns to the land of its birth where it watches over the Jangmo from a distance. There is a legend that says that Komo-o is covered with glittering scales in order to drive away a great darkness covering the world. The reason these Pokemon seek out battle is to gain the power needed to defeat this darkness. When it detects someone approaching, this Pokemon this Pokemon rings the scales on its tail to announce its presence. It has no desire to battle against weak Pokemon. Komo's greatest move is the uppercut. It swings up its arms up from below in a punch of great skill and force, sending its foe flying into the sky. By raising its arm aloft, it can generate a force powerful enough to change the face of the surrounding landscape. Clanging Scales is a move that only Komo-o can learn. It scrapes the scales covering its body against another, attacking with great clamor. After using this, Komo-o's defense is lowered. As for the art of all these Pokemon, the Alolan Grimer, the Ribombee, the the Como and and the Hakamo, the art is very good. Like the the fly is very cute, and as for the dragons, they look simply phenomenal. Like look at these dragons. Like they're covered in this kind of armor thing. Like they they simply look awesome. As for the design of Hakamo, it makes him look like one of those emperor thingies, you know? Like one of those Chinese emperors. As for all these Pokemon, they look phenomenal. Like the first time I saw it, I was flipping out. I was like, "Oh my goodness, these Pokemon are just too good." They're like mind-blowingly awesome. The art and everything. Like Ken Sugimori with his art, he's phenomenal. And as for the last Pokemon, which is the Alolan Grime, I mean Muck, that I will say the details in a few. Um, Muck, same as last time, it's also the Sludge Pokemon. Its typing is same as Alolan Grimer, Poison Dark. Its height is 3 foot 3. Its weight is 114 pounds. Ability, same thing as the Grimer, Poison Touch and Gluttony. As for the Alolan Muck, is basically the same thing as Grimer, just, you know, with the poison crystals and stuff. It's basically the same description. It's just that he's much more poisonous than the Grimer, you know. Cause the Alolan Muck has much more teeth and rocks formation like around his body. Um, as for the concept, it looks pretty cool. I was watching the video and it basically changes like its color and stuff. If you if you see it in the Pokemon website, yeah, you'll see it change color. Like it doesn't stay the same color as it is now. It constantly changes color and stuff, and it's simply awesome. As for all these Pokemon, they're phenomenal. I loved it. As soon as I saw it, it was too good to be true. I loved it. It was awesome. I can't wait for the new Pokemon to come out. Um, so yeah, that basically does it. And that does it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.